to Wine School. Mike, with me as always, Eric. Today's special guest, we got Daniel, Gary, and Kit. What's up, guys?
Hey guys.
How are you? We're going to do some food pairing. So one of the things that's awesome about wine is when you put the right wine with the right food, it makes both of them better. The concept of pairing food and wine. The problem that we have at Rock and Roll Wine School with this is that you're always pairing some unattainable, $2,000 bottle of Burgundy with some dinner that you never cook. It's like, baby harp seal carpaccio and a 45-year-old, demi-glace, whatever. And we believe that there's actually, the day-to-day stuff that you eat, that's what we want to find out what wine goes with. And so today, we're pairing wine with a double-double. How awesome is that? Now, for those of you guys who don't live in California, a double-double is the best hamburger that's ever existed ever, as voted by everybody that's ever existed ever. And it's the perfect hamburger.
It's scientifically proven.
Scientifically proven to be the best, and we're going to eat some, and we're going to drink some wines. So we're not going to tell you what the wines are until after you eat it, but the idea is let's try it. Let's see which of these really goes best with our double-double. And so before it gets cold, let's get into this, guys, and let's mow down.
Mike, I think we forgot to mention who this episode is sponsored by.
Oh, Kit, you're absolutely right, and that is my bad.
That's all right. This episode is sponsored by Fun with the One podcast.
That's right.
I was so excited to eat my double-double. I forgot all about our sponsor.
It's okay. You don't want to neglect the sponsors, though.
No. I'd like to apologize to Fun with the One for me letting my double-double get the best of me.
I know you were hungry.
It's a double-double.
Yeah.
That one
I was just thinking the same thing. Which is strange because usually you think of red meat with red wine.
You would think so, but this
Was that a very
I don't want to cloud your judgment by what it might be. It's all about just experiencing the moment and figuring out what's awesome for you.
Oh, I think I'm sold.
Yeah.
Me
I
too.
think I'm in love.
I think that might be too.
The unlikely choice wins.
Wow.
Are we all on the same page?
We're all on the same page with this.
That's the first.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all thinking the white wine is the best.
Yeah.
By the way,
surprising.
I was dead set on that. Odds are it was going to be one of the reds that was going to kill it, but the white wine.
Me too. I was almost certain it was going to be the first one.
How does that happen?
Do you think it's the carbonation because you're used to drinking like a soda with a burger? No?
So I'll tell you the theory behind this. So you go to pair wine with food. So one thing that you can pair is you can pair an acidic wine with fat. So you have, because acid cuts fat. That's what's going on with that middle wine.
Yeah.
It's a high acidic wine, and there's a lot of fat going on in the hamburger. That's one approach. Another approach is to do kind of I want something that's big and tannic, like a big red with meat, which I think works fantastically well with steaks and whatnot. I think there just might be too much extra going on with the burger. And then the last wine that we had, so this is sort of like the big tannic red. This is the acidic white, and this is actually an acidic red. So I was trying to combine best of both worlds, and I thought this one was going to win out.
Me too.
For sure. Like intellectually, I'm like, this one's.
Yeah.
I'm going to like this one the best.
Oh yeah.
It's good, but it's nowhere near like the
not even close.
Yeah. So, and this is all about shattering our misconceptions about wine, right? If someone had told you you're going to In-N-Out, get a bottle of wine to drink with it, would you have ever picked a white? Never in a
No.
million years.
We would never know.
So the real question is, what are these?
All right, so let's get into these. So wine number one, it's a Chianti. It's a La Casalina Reserva from 2007, which, I mean, I knew what it was. I almost had my heart set on this. I'm almost certain this is going to be it.
Yep, me too.
There's no way any of the other ones will measure up.
I was
But
like, this is going to have
Yeah.
the acid, the tannin.
Absolutely.
It's going to go with the burger perfectly.
Yeah.
Yep.
wine number two, everyone's favorite, is a kick-ass Riesling from J.J. Prum. It's a 2012, and interesting thing about this wine, the Prum family, the history of that family can actually be traced back all the way to the 12th century in the Moselle region of Germany.
Yeah.
So obviously a lot of history around this wine. And they also pick their grapes very late in the season, which is really risky, of course. But they get the really good wines, great character, and the wines actually age pretty well too, which is somewhat rare for Rieslings.
And one thing we should point out too with this Riesling, I think it's a cabinet level
Yep.
Riesling.
Yep.
So it's got a touch of sugar on it as well, which is also kind of interesting. Why would you ever thought to pair a sweet wine with a hamburger? It's not really a sweet wine. It's just got a touch of sugar on it, and it is just God.
It's good. And wine number three, it's a Penino Zin from Zinfandel from Napa. It's a 2011, and this was my least favorite. I don't know about you guys, but it just didn't do it for me. So
So interesting that Edizione Panino, that's a Francis Ford Coppola wine, and they don't produce that wine every year. And every time I've had it, it's been amazing. And I actually brought that wine once to a dinner party where you rated the wines, and that was the highest rated wine of the entire dinner party.
wow.
I actually had a feeling that wine might be a big favorite of people's. And you're right, E, it was like my least favorite
Yeah.
of the three.
Just
I bet you if I drank it on its own, it might be kick-ass.
Or maybe with just a steak or something without
With this,
all of the other stuff that's going on in the burger.
I'm like wolfing my burger, and well, you can see, like my glass, my white glasses, my red glasses are full. I mean, I'm wolfing the burger and drinking the Riesling. It's,
Although somehow I managed to drink more of this, even though maybe I'm saving this for later.
I might have poured that short.
Alright.
I figured you were going to be more of a Riesling guy. I figured you were for a white wine kind of guy. Wow, so there it is, wine pairing. And I think the key takeaways from this are you don't know. Everyone's got their own kind of opinion about, do you pair salty with sweet, do you pair salty with acid, do you pair fat with acid, big reds, whatever. And the traditional thinking may not be what's awesome for you. So we should get outside our comfort zones and try some different shit. Riesling tends to be a good bet.
And that's the other big takeaway for me. Like, a Riesling somehow always works, and there's such a wide spectrum of Rieslings. Amazing wine, and I'm just getting into it.
And by the way, price point on these?
It's pretty low. It's like $20 or something. I don't recall exactly what it was.
So, for the two reds were twice as expensive as the Riesling.
Yeah.
Wow.
Although this is growing on me now, and I'm drinking more of this as I move along into the burger, which is interesting.
Oh, that is interesting. I'm gonna have to go back and read. I need another burger.
I second that emotion.
Actually,
How about you mix them?
you're kind of right.
Right?
Yeah,
There's
actually, it's
something
kind of
that's
growing on me a little bit.
If you had a little bit more, I'll let you have a little bit of mine. It's not the same anymore. This is starting to win.
Huh.
Why is that?
It's good, but I'm still with the Riesling.
I'm still with the Riesling.
Yeah.
It's just me and Mike against the world now.
Yeah,
I think what it
clearly,
is,
right?
honestly, I think what happened is I ran out of the Riesling. This was the second best one to go
There
to.
is a possibility.
And by the way, I was really expecting the Edizione Panino. This is a wine I personally like. I mean, it's a great wine, and I've enjoyed it, many times. So, anyway, so that's food pairing, guys. Well done.
Right.
Cheers. Hang on, I got to go with my last little. Cheers. Openers. Cheers.
And, well, let's have a sip.
All right.
For the 30 seconds of craziness, we go with Revancha War Machine.
It's our favorite,
good
our
one.
favorite LA ska band.
Really love
Cheers, guys.
Awesome.
All right.
Good. Thanks,
it.
guys.
Guys.
Good show.
Tell me didn't hurt you. Oh, don't tell me you've never felt the same. And don't say I didn't warn you of the evil that's to come your way. It wasn't me. Was the one who stormed your soul and saw your heart. It wasn't me. Was the one who stormed your soul and saw your heart. It was War Machine. The